Hey there, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the Torgo Entertainment YouTube channel. Torgo here. Welcome back to another gig log, the final gig log of 2024. Yes, I know. Welcome back to another wedding.
Oh, Cynthia, you look so much better with the permanent. Now I need to find your husband.
That's right, the 2024 season for Torgo Entertainment is quite scarce in events. That's just the way things happen this time around, but we will end strong, and for this gig log we celebrate the wedding of Dalton and Alyssa. They found me through Facebook. With this wedding, they have me for 8.5 hours. It's the longest wedding I've had in quite a while. The longest I've ever had was an 11-hour wedding back in 2014. That was an experience I will never forget, for some good reasons and for some bad reasons, but 8.5 is the longest I've had in a while. And it's a brand new venue this time around. We head to Ulysses, Pennsylvania, my requisite one Pennsylvania wedding of the year, to Moon's Big Red Barn. Let's go to the map and show you exactly where that is. An hour 5 to an hour 10 away from Corning, not too bad. However, new venue means for the first time in a hot minute, I have to go case the joint.
I thought you said the library was closed, Frank.
This is what they call casing.
What a dreary April day this ended up being for me to check out Moon's Big Red Barn. I haven't been out here in quite some time. Look at that sky. Here we have the barn itself. I used to do stuff out in Westfield, Pennsylvania all the time. Back in 2012 to 2013, I had a weekly Friday night trivia out here. But I haven't had anything steady out here. I had a Westfield wedding last year. This is 10 to 15 minutes west of that. So here we have the barn proper. And here we have the major load-in doors on that side. We get a nice panorama of the field. The ceremony takes place in this designated location. Obviously, it's not quite where it needs to be for September, given that it is April in this footage. But, you know, you get a gist of how this is going to be. Decent distance away. Here we have the inside of the barn from the second story. They will have seating up here. They like to put DJs up here, but that was not happening. Because this, carrying everything up these stairs, yeah, no, they're going to have some tables up there for some of the guests at the higher numbered tables. Here we have the main seating area, which is the same level I will be on. They take up this entire place. It was smaller on the inside than I had anticipated. This is where the DJ usually goes when they have them on the first floor. They have this designated area. Obviously, I will not need a table because of the setup I've been rocking for the past few years. But one thing I like is they have designated DJ power. You can tell because it says D-J. Pennsylvania spelling, what can you do? So we check out the rest of the interior over here. I'll show you that other side in a minute. That's the entrance out facing the ceremony. They have their ceremony arch located indoors for right now because obviously, you know, it's cold. There's no reason to have it out there. Those are those other double doors that you saw in that preliminary footage. And if we take a gander over here, or meander over here, down here and to the right, we have another lower level where they have their cocktail hour area. Now, I will be just playing from the reception location, but everything will carry perfectly fine through here. They said they've never had a problem with DJs carrying through the barn just fine. Here's the bar, so yeah, I think we'll be just fine.
So it's pretty self-explanatory. When I visited the venue, they really wanted me up on the second floor, and I didn't reprimand them per se, but I gently convinced them that it was a better idea for me to be on the first floor. I hate having that disconnect of being up on a stage or a second floor. Plus, that way, I could be more approachable to the crowd. If this was a more highfalutin venue, where they mean to have a lot of performers on a stage area, it's a different story. But because it's a barn and it's a wedding, and not a particularly large wedding in terms of audience, about 130 people, yeah, I need to be on the same level as them. Ceremony, cocktail, and reception, the whole kit and caboodle, but for 8.5 hours, that makes sense. Outdoor ceremony, cocktail hour, and reception in the same location. They gave me a fair amount of songs, 60 or 70 must-plays and play-if-possibles. We will be going with country and classic rock, and then we will be making a pivot over to the more hardcore hip-hop stuff. And they really wanted me to have all unedited music for that, especially, you know, when the ball drops at 8:30, that's when the hip-hop is supposed to start. Now, you can probably relate to this. Most of my music is actually edited. I have the clean versions of everything. It's not personal preference, it just helps me more professionally. So I had to repurchase a bunch of the music, with the dirty versions. I didn't do it for all of them. There's a couple songs that have, maybe one or two dirty words in there. So I'm like, you know what, no one's gonna care. But we'll see what happens. I think this will be a good wedding. So thanks for joining me for this last one for the year. Let's go.
The aerial photograph shows some of the downsides of using Google Maps because that building where the marker is clearly not Moon's Big Red Barn. That's just the street address, aka where the owners live. When we go up their driveway, there's the house. We go past that directly to the barn itself. Good thing we don't have to park all the way down there. This taupe star with the black border, which I put in because you could not see the star otherwise, and I try to match the bridesmaids' dresses. That's where the reception takes place, as you garnered from the casing footage. And obviously where this heart is where the ceremony takes place. A bit of an uphill hike with the cart. Let's check out the equipment. You've seen this setup many times before, but this is the largest setup I've had in a hot minute. Phil will be up here during entrances and for the first dance with this good old light, the spotlight from ADJ. I think it's called the Icon Profile. Yeah, that's what it's called. Let me zoom him out. Too much zooming with this Osmo pocket camera. Oh, no, this is my phone that I filmed this with. We have the Bose F1 812 series speakers. Again, you've seen these so many times. We have the anti-fatigue mat, the Danny Max Infinity XL board containing all the goodies. We have my Samsung Odyssey Z laptop running virtual DJ. We have my Logitech trackball mouse, extra batteries for my Panasonic 4K camcorder. We have the Roland DJ 808 controller clipboard, both my tablets for my uplighting. We have a lot of uplighting in here. There's the Osmo Pocket 3 camera. And here we have the Panasonic 4K camera. There is Phil unwrapping the custom light sticks that we brought for this wedding. They got the high package, so they get those. We have my routers for the lighting. Everything's plugged into that D-J power location. We have the Audio-Technica ATH M50X headphones. Here we have my Radial 2-in-1 splitter. We have my 2 terabyte solid state hard drive. I have a 4 terabyte I gotta use as well. They actually had their own foam sticks. These are the RGB ones. I like the solid white. I think they look better in footage and they don't conflict with the lighting that we have. Speaking of lighting, we have the Ape Labs Stick XL 2.0s on the gravity stands throughout. And we have this type of uplighting everywhere. We have the Ape Labs Maxis, and we have some of the ADJ spots as well. So here's the ceremony location. Look how windy it is. It's actually just stopped raining. We had to cover everything in a hurry. And here we have my RCF speaker. You know what time it is. It's time to level up.
Let's go.
Then by the power vested in me by the Universal Light Church, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we've made it through this really long ceremony, It is now my pleasure to present to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Dalton in the house.
Who here is excited to continue celebrating our newlyweds, Dalton and Alyssa? Make some noise for her, everybody. That is what we like to hear. Everyone's going to be coming in through these large double doors on my left. First on the docket, I want you to make some noise for Kelly Lampman and Cole Yaus. Keep it going for Kelsey Anderson and Andrew Baker. Next up, Akaya Kittle and Charles Plank. Next up, I have for you the maid of honor, Debbie Semino, and the best man, Travis Yaus. That's why she's the maid of honor. It's a very lofty bar, and I realize that, but I want you to scream and shout. I want you to hoot and holler. I want you to make as much noise as you can for your newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Yaus! They've chosen a song very special to the two of them. It's by Chris Stapleton, and it is called Joy of My Life. Equal round of applause for your newlyweds, everyone.
I went through this whole thing when I was writing this shit and deleting it, writing it and deleting it. I'm like, man, you know, how long is this whole speech supposed to last? So I got into this further research or whatever it looked, and you know, like, what are you supposed to do? And everything that I looked up, it said, you know, your speech is supposed to last just as long as the groom does. So with that being said, thanks for coming.
Shall we go for 40? 39 is less than 40. Dalton, DJs can't count that high, man. I know. 63 years of marriage right here. And I've been DJing weddings for 14 years, and in all the anniversary dances, 63 years is the longest I've ever had. That's true. That's a true story. And now, as I was saying, all the kids have been coming up to me time and time again. Are we dancing now? Are we dancing now? Now is the time.
Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me. Quick jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell them where to put it, never tell them where I'm about to be. I'm right down on the bar, I have a nigga running me. Top you.
is. We all look alike, it's fine. You'll recall during Demi's speech that she referred to this song and how Alyssa would take it upon herself to sing the unedited lyrics, even though I have the clean version of this song. It's like we're all there with her.
Shake that ass, girl. Sexy and I know it.
Now I kind of misled them. They thought I was playing a song before. And it wasn't that song. This is that song. Fantastic time here playing for all of you, but we only have time for one more song. We only have time for one more song, and then we're going to have to call it a night. Dalton and Alyssa picked this last one. In fact, well, they actually heard it before. They heard it when they came in to the reception about 17 hours ago or whenever that was. So this is the last song of the night right here. It's Nicki Minaj. It's Drake. And that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. I know, I have to say some stuff. First off, again, there are 3 designated drivers here for people to use if you are inebriated. I'm not possibly sure, but I think a couple of you might be. So make sure you use those DDs. Right? Secondly, I am Torgo, this is Phil, we are Torgo Entertainment. It has been a pleasure playing for all of you. And last but not least by any means, I want to hear one more huge round of applause for your newlyweds, Dalton and Alyssa, Mr. and Mrs. Yaos.
And I'm back. Yes, I filmed the intro and the outro the same day. That's just the way these roll sometimes. That turned out to be a fantastic wedding, with a couple distinctions. That barn door not opening up properly during the grand entrance is something that is out of my hands, but, you know, it makes for a memorable moment all the same. As it turns out, there was a problem with the venue, specifically with the candles that Dalton and Alyssa had. The contract stipulated that they could have those types of candles. Originally, the venue didn't want any sort of candles or open flame for fire code reasons, but they allotted this type. But I guess the owner of the venue didn't get that memo, so he tried to shut the wedding down entirely during dinner, which was a very dramatic event. But he ended up acquiescing, and we were able to continue unencumbered with the rest of the evening. I think that kind of played into why the crowd was reacting as hard as they were to some of the hip-hop music. There was a lot of broken glass, and a lot of spilled drinks, and a lot of debauchery, and not a lot of caring during the dance floor time, which made for a great party, but I can't help but feel that the events that transpired prior helped along with that. Dalton and Alyssa had a fantastic time. They were very quick to compliment me multiple times. You know it's fun when you get to guess what level of the party we're at based on how many clothes the groom has on over the course of the evening. But yeah, that wraps up the 2024 wedding season. Like I said, I only had 4 weddings this year. I was supposed to have a 5th that booked between the last wedding and this one, but they ended up canceling last minute because they originally weren't going to have a DJ, and then they were going to have a DJ, and then the father of the bride said, "Oh, I'll just do it." So, you know, hey, out of my hands, I'm not taking care of that. But a playlist will be at the tail end of this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do not know when the next video will be. I think I'll have a couple preview videos of what I was doing in August over at the convention circuit. I moderated a couple of panels, so keep eyes out for that. But until the next time, I'm Torgo of Torgo Entertainment. Thank you for joining me for this 2024 wedding season, and I'll see you at the next gig, whenever that may be. Take care.
Zyders for you. Zyders. I've been told by reputable sources, where's Shy Blank at? It's Shy's birthday today. And she's thrilled about it. We're not gonna sing to you, because I've heard them all night.
Oh my God, come on!
I mean, if you want to sing on your own free time, that's fine. I am on a schedule. So we're moving on to this song right here, which is not dedicated to you. It was just the next song queued up, so do not take offense.